Hello, and welcome to another edition of Booze and Hacking. I am your host, Dark Hoodie, and today we're doing another TryHackMe Room. This one is called Thompson. And so, before we get into it, let's talk about what we're drinking today. So, today I am having something that I recently discovered. It's called 1792, and it is the small batch version. And I gotta tell you, that's a great year for bourbon if that's when it was made. It's fantastic, it's real smooth and flavorful, and if you're into whiskeys and bourbons, I suggest you run, do not walk, and go get some for yourself. It's fantastic. And while we're on the topic of the name of my channel, Booze and Hacking, I thought I would entertain you with this. I recently acquired this cool t-shirt from my favorite hacker gear site, myhackertech.com. The t-shirt says, "I have a hacking problem. I only hack when I'm drinking." And I think it's awesome, and I thought you all should see it. Many thanks to Alex and all the good people at myhackertech.com. If you have not checked out that site, I wholeheartedly endorse them. So back to the room. I've already got my IP address, and I am in my VPN. And for the sake of time, I ran my Nmap script, and this time out, I used a Python script that I put together. A very simple one. I'll show you what it is. I am going to cd into my Python programs, and it's called Nmap Scanner. And I'm trying to get better at Python, so basically, the function that I've called command is running all these flags, and I added a vuln script and the vulners script from the Nmap scripting engine, and then basically we run the script. So I will go back to my other tab, and as you see here, one of the first things the script does is it pings the site, which is pretty convenient. Now there's a lot of information here that we don't readily need, at least not right now anyway. We see port 22 is open, and it's running SSH over Ubuntu. There, as you see here, because of the scripting engines, there's lots of CVE numbers here in case we need them, which is great because I think it's important to find out where the vulnerabilities are. Next, we have port 8009, which is running the Apache JServe protocol, and port 8080, which is running Apache Tomcat. And by now, I'm sure you're all familiar with Tomcat's vulnerabilities. And that is what we are going to do first. So here's a list of all kinds of stuff from vulners that we can look up to see all these different CVEs, look up to see what is vulnerable and how we can exploit it. Lots of stuff here. Most of it I'm probably not going to use. Once again, we see here Apache Tomcat. Docs is a potentially interesting folder, is what it says here. Couldn't find any cross-site request forgery vulnerabilities, so let's go to our browser with our IP address 10.10.93.28. 10.10.93.28, and it's port 8080. And now it takes us to the default homepage of Apache Tomcat version 8.5.5, and it is the default page. There's something here called Manager App. I'm going to click on that to see what I get. and it's asking me for a username and password. So maybe I might have to run Hydra or something against a word list to see if I can find out what these are. I'm going to cancel out of this for now. Oh, and the page is broken and letting me know I am not authorized. Let's see what else is on here. Look at this. For example, to add the manager GUI role to a user named Tomcat with a password of secret. So it looks like we've got some creds here. Let's give that a shot. I'm going to go backward one page, try the manager app again, and do Tomcat. And it was secret with a number 3. And here we have, great. Looks like we've got the web application manager. And so these are all the folders that are within this web server. And here we have an opportunity to upload a WAR file. And if I'm not mistaken, we can use a WAR file for a reverse shell. So we're going to set one up using MSF Venom. Now I have a cheat sheet that I like to use. I'm going to minimize this and this and this. My cheat sheet I have right here. And let's see here. Here I have an MSF Venom command to create a reverse shell and turn it into a WAR file. So I'm going to copy this and go back to my terminal, and I'm going to paste this here. I think this time I'm going to call this one full reverse shell. And so this is the exploit, and here is my IP address and my port, and let's go ahead and run this and see if we get our file. Okay, I've got my file saved as reverse_shell.war. So now I will go back to my browser because I'm going to need to upload this. Where am I exactly? I am in Python programs. So I am going to go back to this and hit deploy, no, hit browse rather. And let's go here, and here's Python programs. And there is my file. I'm going to click open, and now I'm going to click deploy, and there's the file right there. Now before I run that file, I need a reverse shell. So netcat-lnvp4444. Alright, my listener is going. And now let's go back to this. We're going to run this file. And now let's check our listener. And we've got something. Okay, it's picked up something. All right. So let's see where we are. I'm going to do ID. All right, I think we're in. And what I need, though, is an interactive shell, because this will not do. And can't do much with this. So I'm going to go back to my cheat sheet, because I have a command here to get an interactive shell. All right, where did I put that? And here it is right here, right in front of me, to make an interactive shell. So I'm going to type this command in, And let's see. I'm going to paste that right here. And there we have my interactive shell. All right, let's have a look, see what's in here. I see some pretty standard folders. Let's go to the home directory. See what's in there. There's a folder called Jack. Let's cd into Jack. And right there we have 3 files. We have a bash file, id.sh, a text file called test.txt, and user.txt, which is our first flag, by the way. So now that we have our first flag, I'm going to cat it, and there it is, so that's good. Let's cat test.txt, and we see here that there's a small listing of the groups that are here. And let's see what's in id.sh. And there is a bash file here. So this bash file actually takes data and puts it into test.txt. If I run this, let's take a look at the permissions. And test.txt actually happens to be writable, and so is id.sh, which is great because it's got executable permissions as well as write permissions. So if we can change, we'll change a line in id.sh and see if we can get another reverse shell so that we can get privilege escalation, because that is the name of the game after all. So now let's see. I'm going to have a look at the cron jobs. Cron tab. And we see here everything here, all the cron jobs have root permission, which is great. So if I change the bash file, it's got root permissions, so I can get privilege escalation because I am root in this file. So I will write another reverse shell script. So let's how are we going to do this? Okay, I'm going to go back to my cheat sheet because this looks kind of familiar. And if I copy, here it is right here. This is the bash file that I'm going to use, or rather create. What I will do is I'm going to paste this here, except that I have to add in this other information. So I will back over this and add my IP address 10.13.6.112 slash the port, and then 0 greater than ampersand 1, and then close that there from the beginning. Let's see. Rats. Close quote, and then these two, and then it's id.sh. Alright, so we're going to be adding this bash reverse shell to the id.sh file. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm going to start another listener. -lnvp. Now we're going to give it a few minutes to see if the cron job picks that up and gives me a root reverse shell. Listening, still listening. I think I'll check this out in the meantime. Alright, there is my command. Up, and there it is. The cron job ran the bash file, and I am root. Just to make sure, let's do who am I, and I am root. So now let's do cd/root, see what's in there, and there is my root flag, and we're done. So with that, the room is finished. So thank you all for attending. If you enjoyed this video, I would encourage you to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Until then, everybody stay safe and hack the planet.